Peace. Welcome to the Voices of Reason show. I'm your host, Universal, and today we have a very special guest that I'm honored to come in with us. And I'm going to let her introduce herself. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Shinelle Robinson. I am the founder and owner of Internally Beautiful. It is a holistic spa geared towards women, helping us with our wound and just becoming spiritually connected with ourselves.
Right. That's a beautiful thing. How long have you been doing that?
Well, I've been in business since November of last year, but I've been studying and researching and doing the practice for over 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So what motivated you to do it?
Well, I'm a woman.
Definitely.
And so God blessed us with our sacred wounds, and just growing up and being in my mid-20s and having issues that I had to keep going to the doctor for, and just really not finding a resolution, not really being at peace with that. And so I just started doing research on holistically taking care of your wound. And so I came across a lot of the practices and products that I use at my location.
Okay, so it's not like just strictly cosmetic type of thing. It actually has benefit.
Yes, it really doesn't have a lot to do with cosmetic. I mean, it might drive a lot of people there for that reason, but it's mainly self-care and taking care of yourself.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like it was just like equal to brows being done or something. But, I didn't really know,
Yes, well, the process is very, very relaxing. I do consider it somewhat like a spa treatment.
Okay.
But no, it's definitely not cosmetic or anything like that. It's definitely a self-care regimen, and it has so many benefits to it. Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful. Congratulations on that thing.
Thank you.
Definitely. So what was that process like? Because, before you started, you said it was a 5-year journey.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What was that moment when you decided that this is what you wanted to do?
It took a long time to get there, mainly because, I'm not a doctor. I don't have any letters behind my name, but like I said, I have researched, and basically we're talking about yoni steaming, which is also known as vaginal steaming, and it's just a technique that we use where we warm up natural herbs to propitiate the vaginas and help the wound cleanses out, and that can help you from anything from heavy cycles that we endure, after birth. We have some women who suffer from fibroids, uteruses, the list goes on. And we also deal with a lot of hormonal imbalance, because we deal with our menstruation every 28 to 30 days, and then we deal with ovulation. So women are constantly going through changes throughout our daily lives. So the process was, once I came across the regimens, I just started doing it on myself, because I was having those issues. I got tired of taking medication to help with certain things like, birth control, or having a lot of pain associated with having my monthly cycle. And so I found out that it works. I just started really feeling great about myself, not really dealing with the PMS, the issues that we deal with on a monthly basis, really feeling good, not feeling fatigued, bloated, just a number of benefits. And so over the years, I just, I would put it out to some of my girlfriends and, my family, and no one really knew about it. And what I had found out was that yoni steaming is a very ancient technique. It's over 5,000 years old.
Oh, wow.
A lot of different Western cultures and Korean cultures used it as a way to help women in their cultures. Then you have modern medicine that came about in the 1900s, and so it kind of just took that away. And then we started, learning about taking different medications for birth control. After birth, a lot of women deal with postpartum, a lot of, again, hormonal imbalances. And so we just use modern medicine to fix those things. And so when I just really realized there was a need for it, I just had to get to learn myself, learn how I was going to deliver it, because I know that a lot of times people buy on your confidence level and the information that you're giving out. So last year was just time. I felt like I had enough Benefits, I had enough testimonies behind it because I started using my friends and family to try things out, and they were having remarkable testimonies. So I just said, you know what, I need to do it.
Definitely.
And so I did.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. It's a good thing to be a business owner. You know.
Yes.
That's the best thing I think for us.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons. It's definitely not for everyone. It's definitely a lot of work cut out, especially when you're starting off. You play every role in the business until you can expand to, pay for or have someone to assist you in other areas. But I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, that's what I always hear. Like, it's a lot of work, but they don't want to go back.
Yes.
So that's always a good sign.
Yes.
So when you start from going from an idea until actually now you have like a brick and mortar location.
Yes.
Like, what could you tell us some of those challenges, just so people who
the challenges are endless and they never change. But I believe in manifesting, and that's one of the things that I try to install and teach women when they come into my location is manifesting, learning how to meditate, quiet your mind, and get your thoughts in the right place.
Right.
And so that was something that I really had to master, and it's still a work in progress, but along with that is writing your vision and making it plain. And so when I really, really decided that Internally Beautiful was something I wanted to do, I wrote it out. And I would just write in my journal on a daily basis, just write my thoughts, write my fears, and write how I felt to truly get to the bottom of what is trying to stop me from doing so. Because I've already had everything I needed in me, otherwise it wouldn't have came to me.
Right.
And so over the years, just getting stronger, being more confident in myself, learning how to meditate and control my thoughts and putting them in a more positive atmosphere, a more positive perspective, I just got to the point where, I was like, I could do this. And so in doing that, just doing your research, the market that you're going to be in, who are you going to target, what do you need, with the kind of atmosphere you want to present. And so those were just things that I worked on. And so over the years I wanted Internally Beautiful to be a sacred space that when women come through my door, they feel like they can, let's leave it all at the door. Whatever you have going on outside of there, we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to take about an hour of your time and just reinvest back into your spirit. And so I would travel to different states and I would go to different spas just to get a feel for it, see what they're doing to help people relax. And I would take different courses, online courses, different classes, learning about the technique, learning more about other women. Because I'm a woman, but I know myself and I know what caused me to be the way that I am, but I don't know that for the next person. So just learning in general how women feel on a day-to-day basis, and just learning how to read people so that I can help them in the best way when they come through my doors. So just finding a location, deciding what I want to do, what I want to offer, what's a good price point, what I'm okay with making on top of the expenses to keep things going. Again, writing these things out and finding out what's the best solution into putting it out into the atmosphere.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that too, because it's always a gap when I talk to younger people and people older than me. It's like a gap from like you think about an idea and then it's like, okay, actually running.
Yes.
And it's like that's the part that's kind of, I think, fearful. Like it makes people fearful.
Yes.
So I appreciate you sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Definitely. So how long you said, where's your location?
So my location is located off of Winninghoff Road. We have anyone who's familiar with the Omaha area, that's right by Northwest High School. Winninghoff Farm is also a really known location, but it's 5856 Winninghoff, and so it's right off of Irvington Road and Crown Point in Winninghoff. So there's 3 main intersections to get to the location.
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly where that's at. I think I've been there. But I just been outside.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, I just been outside.
Yes.
So, okay, with the steam itself, like what kind of ingredients do you put into that?
Yes. So I have over 30 different herbs. Right now I'm just doing a really basic blend of herbs that is going to just help the wound really detox anything that's been, clogged in there over the years. But my main ingredients include motherwort, lavender, sage, raspberry leaf. I use green tea. I use nettle tea. There's a lot of different herbs, and they're all natural. They all come from the earth. And so what I do is I use a steamer, and I steam those herbs up. So the thing with boiling water and putting herbs together, it kind of gives it an effect of, like, I would say, a drug-like. It makes it very, very potent. It makes it very, very effective. And so I have special chairs that I have made, and it's just like a chair with a hole in it.
Right.
And when women come to my location, I give you a robe to put on, so you're just really relaxed. You sit on this chair, and then what the steam does is it just propagates and it comes up, and so the heat and the herbs increase the circulation and blood flow within a woman's wound. And because it hits the wound first, that is why it retains most of the benefits. But with that circulation and getting that blood flow going, it helps balance out your hormones. It helps anything that may need to be dispersed from your body, which can be, it can be anything. A lot of women are on birth control, so it stops them from having monthly cycles, which is something that Mother Nature created for us to do. So when you stop that, then you stop your body from purging out, what needs to dispense. So it helps that, and it just helps that blood flow going, getting things where they need to go into the body, and so that it can flow properly.
Right. I had no idea of all of those, the health benefits,
Yes.
Because I'm just hearing secondhand,
Yes.
naturally.
And that's the main part. That's my job, is to get it out there. And like I said, I didn't create this. It's just something that I learned about, and I brought it to life within the Omaha area. Currently, I'm the only one that's doing it as far as in a business setting. But a lot of people think that something is going inside. A lot of people think it's cosmetic, but it's probably one of the best things that you can do for yourself as a woman. And I just tell each woman, try at least once, maybe twice, and see what it does for you. It's different for every woman because every woman is doing different things with their bodies. We all have different diets. We have different genetics. So it's going to affect us all differently. I know for me, it helped cure my fatigue. It helped make my cycles just really a breeze. And let's be clear, we have cycles every 30 days. So if you're having painful, traumatic cycles every month, that's just really hard to live with. And
that's
so
disrupting.
I've helped women relieve natural fibroids. Fibroids are large amount of mass that build onto the uterus, and so it makes them have really, really heavy cramping. It can also cause infertility. And so I have a couple women that we have get rid of that naturally. And normally, if that issue gets too out of hand, then a doctor would suggest to remove the fibroids or to have a hysterectomy, which is removing the uterus altogether. So my goal is just to try to prevent that and just get the knowledge out there so that women are aware of the options that they have.
Yeah, that's key.
Yes.
Knowledge is always good.
It's always, yes.
Definitely. So what's some of your favorite things about doing this? Because it seems like you're very passionate and you're very knowledgeable about it. So it seems like what's your favorite part?
I love it because it makes me appreciate being a woman more. I love the woman body. I love what God created within us. We are nurturers. We create life. We hold life. And what we go through on a daily basis. I try to explain to men, like, our hormones are maybe balanced out maybe 5 to 7 days out the month. Other than that, we are always dealing with the hormonal imbalance because we're either getting ready for menstruation or we're getting ready for ovulation. So in order for those things to properly take place, hormones are very imbalanced. And that's why we deal with PMS and just a lot of other issues. So putting that education out there so that men can understand that a little bit more. But I love it because it's helping women connect with themselves. Right. You are your star player. And so if you are not balanced, if you're not learning how to take care of yourself and you're taking care of other people, there's a disconnect. And so then you find a lot of women who are stressed. I have recently witnessed women at a young age suffering from strokes, a great amount of stress, and just not happy. and you should be happy, and it starts with you. So I'm not saying Yoni Steaming is going to take away all that, but like I said, I try to provide as many tools as possible to just help women get connected with themselves, learning how to take, if it's one day out the week, one day out the month, just focus on you and your body, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody.
Definitely.
So
I definitely agree
So
with
I just
that.
love that, and I love how women feel. I love getting the different testimonies. I've been in business for about almost 5 months, and I've serviced over 400 women. So it's
yeah, that's great.
It's just it feels good.
That's real good. and everybody I heard talk about it was like they love it.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
That's why I was like, man, I wanted you to come on and to like explain, because I don't really know much.
Yes,
So I
yes.
figured, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm actually surprised about the amount of men that are intrigued by it. I think once they realize what's the benefits and what it's actually for, a lot of them, they'll come in and buy purchase gift certificates for their significant other, or they want to learn more. And men also do it, and it's not necessarily called Yoni steaming, but it would just be regular steaming, because the benefits of just the herbs helping detox your body and pushing out those toxins, they have benefits for them too. That's something I'm not for sure if I'll get into, but I do know that in bigger states and where they're doing it at bigger locations, that is an option for men as well.
Okay, yeah, I didn't
Yes.
even know that.
Yes.
So I'm like pro whatever, because I'm pro woman, of course. Like I
Yes.
want the best for them. So it's like if something can benefit, like that's why I wanted to bring you. Like so people who don't know, maybe I can help a little.
Yeah, because I mean, we do everything to take care. We, keep our nails done. We keep our hair done. We do a lot of cosmetic things on the exterior, but what are you doing internally? And your wound is the most sacred part of your body next to your heart, but everything starts in the wound. What you put in your body, what you do with yourself. Stress literally forms in your stomach, and then it manifests into different diseases,
Right.
Heart disease, stress, anxiety, insomnia, and then other things. So when you learn how to just really take care of your gut, is what I say, it just has an overflow of benefits.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. So have you had any challenges starting up, like maybe that people are not aware of? Like, because I ask you this because a lot of times I hear people, they want to start a business, and they talk about how hard it was to find a location, and they said that, it's not necessarily a friendly place to do business in Omaha. Have you experienced anything like that, or?
I can definitely say I'm blessed in that area. If it was a challenge, I had already had bigger challenges in my past.
Right.
So it didn't faze me with this business venture. This is actually my second business venture, and so I have a cleaning service that I do mainly full time. But I experienced a lot of adversity, a lot of difficulties within that business that caused me to level up per se and strengthen my knowledge and become more confident. So when it was time for Internally Beautiful, the challenges that I did come across, they didn't bother me as much. It was just like, hey, okay, time to readjust, find another option. But the location was perfect. I have the location along with Studio 413, and she does a lot of different services as well. But we did have, it was a while to find a perfect location.
Right. That's hard.
Just neutral within the Omaha area where, we're directly off of two main interstates. Finding a place that felt like home. And for me, Internally Beautiful feels like my second home. So there is challenges. I always get that I make things appear to be easy, but there's always work. You never really get off as an entrepreneur because you're always planning on what to do next, how can I be better, improvising, improving your services, your techniques, and things like that. So it is literally your life.
Right.
And just finding a good balance for that. But what I have told a lot of people who are willing to go into business is that emotions are not facts. You just feel how you feel,
I love that.
And you push through. And when you learn what fear feels like and what it looks like, you can identify it like that and just learn that it's not facts. It's just how you feel at this moment. And it may feel like okay, I don't think I could do this. But that's fear just trying to tell you that. And you just, okay, no, let me write down what I need to do to make this plan succeed.
Right.
And that's just that, just learning that emotions are not facts, learning what fear is, and just pushing through anyway.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. That's exactly how I feel about everything. I do
Yeah.
the same thing. Like I write down everything and then go step by step.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's because I mean I talk to a lot of younger people like 16 to about 25, you know, and that's the main thing that they always have is this fear of like the unexpected, you know,
Yes.
like or not knowing.
Yes.
So that's like that's our main. I would say that's our main objective with
Yes.
this show is that you know if a young woman is thinking of an idea and she doesn't know, and then I will hope that when she sees you here,
Yeah.
that it's like okay, you're doing it,
Yes.
and it's like you know preparing them
Yes.
to just step out on that ledge and
Yes.
just you know you get back up if you fall, you know.
Definitely. Just go for it. That's all I say. Just go for it. You're going to fail. That is
Right.
inevitable. How you bounce back and how you get back up is where, you know, that's where the succeeding and the feeling good part comes in at. But failure will teach you more than winning. Failure will teach you where you need to improve at, where your weakness is at, and then finding a team, creating a team that are stronger in areas that you're weak in.
Right.
But I would just say do it. Do as much research as possible. Doing Internally Beautiful over the last, you know, several years and creating it. It took a lot of nights from me. It took a lot of free time. It took a lot of fun times. It took a lot of relationships away from me, friendships, because I knew that in order for me to reach this next level of myself, I had to do differently. And that was very, very hard to change, and to change my mindset and to change my surroundings. But I had this vision, and I couldn't sleep until, you know, I see what was I made of, you know.
Right.
So I would say do it. It's not easy. It's not easy at all, and I definitely don't want to put that out there, but it's so worth it. It feels
Right.
so good, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, the good definitely outweighs the bad.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what I wanted. That's what I always try to convey too. Is that you know it's going to definitely be worth it.
Yes.
So okay, can you let us know your location or your contact? Or-
Yes. So my location is 5856 Winninghoff Road. That's right between Irvington and Winninghoff Road. You can find me on Facebook at Internally Beautiful, and that's internally INTERNALLY. And then you can find me on Instagram at I Am Internally Beautiful. I am in the process of creating a website, but that was just something that I decided to wait on because right now I am in demand. I'm very busy, and so adding more to something that's already busy would not be a good choice for me.
Yeah.
So, but yes, you can definitely find me on there. You can schedule through there and then come see me and see what the magic is all about.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I want to thank you.
Thank you
for
having
coming.
me.
Yeah, definitely, because this is what we all about.
Yes,
Is
yes.
This, people doing business.
Yes.
And we're proud of what you do.
Thank you.
know? So, well, on that note, thanks again for joining us, and we'll be back next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace. Come over here, y'all. Come over here. People don't got it, man. So when you see, you see all these people with it, you gonna want some too. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but hey.
All right, man. So what you think about the panhandlers out here, man? Like,
Man, leave the panhandlers alone, man. I don't understand, man. I seen the Reverend dude, man, with the sign, get a job. I ain't seen him with a sign that said, I got a job. You know what I mean? You ain't offering nobody no work, but you gonna criticize them for what they doing. If I want to give a dude standing here 50 cents, what business is that of yours, man?
yeah.
If he's standing in the median and he get hit, that's his fault, man. That's a grown man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe he desperate, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's crazy to me, bro. Yeah. This why I wanted to do this question too. Because I don't understand, like, why is it that when it's something petty in a city, we can get immediate action? But when it's something important, it's like, oh, we got to get to this people. We got to talk to those people. Nothing gets done. Panhandlers, instant reaction.
You want to know what? I think people are just scared of the bigger scale of solving problems. Like,
Right.
it's like a lot of people could call our congressmen and governors and stuff like that, but I think that they feel that like their voice means nothing. Like,
Right.
and that's just because of how government's going in Washington and stuff. Like, a lot of people ain't trying to hear nothing that like the people of America has to say. So it's
Right,
like,
man.
so
You're right.
I think people are just scared of that aspect. Not that they wouldn't do anything, but I just think that they don't think it would help
Yeah, they don't think it'll help.
too
man.
much. as
Like,
far
what
as the
happened
bigger
to
problem
empathy,
goes.
man? What happened to empathy? What happened to caring about your fellow human? You know what I mean? Like, if I give this dollar to this dude, and he turns out to be rich, and he didn't need, so what, man? So what?
Yeah.
Like, it's $1, it's 50 cents. If you don't want to give no money, then just don't get no
Yeah,
money.
just don't- yeah.
Just don't give it to them. You don't got to roll your windows down. Half the time, they ain't even like physically asking you. They just got a sign.
Yeah.
It's not like they running up to your window like, hey man, let me get it. That never happens unless I know that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody might try to sell me a sob story every blue moon, but usually I just see a person with a sign, and that's it.